Once upon a time, there was a peaceful village nestled between rolling hills. The villagers were friendly and hardworking, but there was one thing that troubled them. They didn't like to share. Each person kept to themselves, guarding their belongings carefully. One day, a mysterious traveler arrived in the village. He had a warm smile and a kind heart. As he strolled through the village square, he called out, "Hello, does anyone have food to share?" Quote, the villagers looked at him skeptically and shook their heads. "No, we don't have any to share," they all replied, turning away. The traveler wasn't discouraged. "That's quite all right," he said cheerfully. "I will make stone soup for everyone." Quote, the villagers were puzzled. Stone soup? How could anyone make soup from a stone? But their curiosity got the better of them, and they gathered around as the traveler picked up a smooth, round stone from the ground. With a gentle plop, he dropped the stone into a giant pot filled with water. Then, he built a small fire underneath the pot, and the water began to simmer. As the water heated up, the traveler stirred it slowly, humming a little tune. After a while, he sniffed the air and said, "Ah, this stone soup smells wonderful. But it would be even better with a few carrots." One villager, intrigued by the idea, fetched a handful of carrots from her garden and tossed them into the pot. The traveler smiled and continued stirring. "This soup will be quite tasty, but it could use a bit of salt," he said next. Another villager, curious and now hungry, brought some salt and added it to the pot. As the soup bubbled away, more villagers began to contribute. One brought potatoes, another offered onions, and soon enough, the pot was filled with all sorts of delicious ingredients. The aroma of the cooking soup wafted through the village, making everyone's mouths water. When the soup was finally ready, the traveler ladled it into bowls and handed them out to the villagers. The villagers were amazed. The soup was rich, flavorful, and satisfying. They realized that by sharing what little they had created something wonderful together. From that day on, the village was no longer troubled by selfishness. The villagers learned the joy of sharing, and they often gathered to cook and eat together, always remembering the traveler who had shown them the magic of stone soup.